Peace, family. My name is Vicki Dillard for African Diaspora News Channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to give the video a big thumbs up and share. That way notifications are generated and sent out to others so that they will know we are here. And for that, we say thank you so very much, family. Now, I want you to watch this very brief clip of President Ibrahim Traore, also known as Captain Ibrahim Traore, who seized power by the will of the people from Western puppet leadership that was destroying his country. And because of the extraordinary amount of value, the complete asset that the country and its people are and its land are to the Western countries, they have continued to fight and undermine the new leadership there. After some of the Western presence was forced out, they retaliated. After some of them were exposed in terms of supporting and sponsoring some terrorism, some believe, many experts, and of course myself included, based on information and belief, I come to this opinion, and that is that I believe that the United States and some of her Western allies have knowledge of and are directly involved in the undermining, so that they will give the appearance that things are completely violent and completely out of control, but they are the ones that's actually manufacturing these crises in order to justify their presence back into the country. And it is my prayer that that just won't happen. Watch this very brief clip of an interview that he sat down and did recently, and he said something very extraordinary. Watch this.
Every time we read that it is against the interests of the people, we will not accept. There are basic principles that must be respected so that we have very good relations. It's not just France with any state. The imperialist states, it's not just France. There are others who hide, but they know what they are doing to us, and we know too. So with all these states, people have to change the formula and respect each other.
Okay, family, did you hear him specifically say that it's not only France that must come to the table correctly and be respectful in so many words? You didn't see the first few minutes of that interview, obviously, but I watched that part preceding the clip that you just saw, but that's the context of what you're watching. What's very clear is that he makes it clear that it's not just France that's a problem, right? He specifically says that there are others that are hidden and they know who they are. He knows who they are. Watch this. You know, the United States, we have a formal position on Burkina Faso, and they like to update the State Department website from time to time with information about the country. And under the U.S. State Department, it says this in terms of when it establishes relations with Burkina Faso, right? Here's just a little excerpt. It says the U.S. established diplomatic relations with Burkina Faso in 1960, following its independence from France. In addition to regional peace and stability, U.S. interests in Burkina Faso, listen, are to promote continued democratization and greater respect for human rights, and to encourage sustainable economic development. Countering terrorism and strengthening border security are of growing importance in Burkina Faso. The U.S. and Burkina Faso engage in a number of military training and exchange programs, including counterterrorism and humanitarian assistance. Now, this is very interesting, family, because the first part of that, where it says that the United States interests in Burkina Faso are to promote continued democratization and greater respect for human rights and to encourage sustainable economic development, it stops there, put a period, and it starts a new sentence. And listen to how it says it again. Countering terrorism and strengthening border security are of growing importance in Burkina Faso. That's a very vague and ambiguous sentence. It didn't say that that was one of the interest in ensuring that there is no terrorism in the country and that their security is intact for the sake of the Burkina people. Y'all better pay attention. Don't forget that some of these very Sahel government leaders, military leaders, went before the UN Assembly, and they specified the fact that they had made reports to the Security Council about terrorism and sponsorship links and evidence that they had that shows France in particular involved in terrorism, sponsoring terrorism, something to that effect. We're hearing almost nothing about those realities from mainstream Western media. Talk back to me, somebody. What about that? Where is the investigation for that? Or is it that you don't want to be exposed, France, America, perhaps in some other countries? That our great Captain Traore told us that he knows the names of those hidden imperialist states. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about it below. I pray that they continue to stay on top of it, that the people stay strong, and that we continue to support them in whatever way that we can, because that's the only way that freedom is going to come. And how many of you all know that when you're dealing with a greedy and a terrible and uncivilized adversary, they're not going to leave without a fight, but we are the ones that are ultimately victorious. My name is Vicki Dillard, beloved. Be sure to check out my page at vickidillard.tv, as well as check out my website and my spiritual school at vickiplanet.com. That's vickiplanet.com. I have students from different parts of the United States and different parts of the world whose lives are changing. Signs and wonders follow my work. It doesn't matter what your official form of religion or spiritual practice is. My principles that I teach are spiritual, universal principles. And if you want to be prepared for the new, to be the new world ruler, spiritual fitness is a must. So be sure to check out vickiplanet.com. Of course, share this broadcast from African Diaspora News Channel. I can't wait to see you again.